This video brought to you by EquestrianCoach.com, the world's leading online video training site for equestrians.
I of course, had known Bridget Colvin because we were together in Argentina for the Pan American Games in 1995. And so I got to know her well. I knew her, besides that, I knew her. I'd seen Jim Colvin, I didn't know him. Then I started, when I was chef de keep for the team, I was in Europe a great deal. I always read the Chronicle quite thoroughly, and I started seeing this pony rider, Tori Colvin, Victoria Colvin, then as the years went by, and the junior hunters, and you know, of course I read quite a bit about this Victoria. I didn't have a clue who Victoria Colvin was. She was getting to be quite a high-profile young person. And I go to Boston Market. It's right near my house very often. I love the food at Boston Market. I was standing in line there. I see Bridget with some girl, older child by that time. I said, Bridget, and kissed her. I said, hi. And she said, oh, this is Tori, my daughter. And I didn't have a clue till that Boston Market meeting that Tori Colvin and Bridget Colvin and Jim Colvin were the same family. So that's how we met. And then through Betsy Parker, a girl that I'd known as when she was a young girl, with Michael Hart from Minneapolis, and then with Missy Clark, and everybody decided I should be a supplementary teacher for Tori and kind of oversee her direction in the equitation division. So then we got to be very friendly. I gave her a lesson once a week. Now it's been probably 4 or 5 years. We've worked together on and off on a supplementary basis. So Tori, that's really, I didn't have a clue till I saw a picture of Boston Market who you were.
Yeah.
I read about you. So I'd like to hear out of the horse's mouth, so to speak, your childhood.
Well, I started riding when I was 3 on a small pony, and the small pony decided to run away, and then I fell off and didn't want to get back on for another 3 years.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, so I officially started riding when I was 6. I just started in, young ponies. My mom, Bridget, trained me, and she was my trainer. We had our own little barn with our ponies, and I just started showing when I was 7 or 8, I believe. I met Sharon Cole, who introduced me to Scott Stewart, and he took me, and he gave me a little trial on one of his ponies, and I did okay. So he was like, and he started giving me more horses, and so I just kind of stayed with him for about 8 years and riding his horses, and he supplied amazing horses. So I think that was a very good start in my career.
That was a great start. That couldn't be a better start. So then you had great success on all heights of ponies. I saw that.
Yeah, I showed a lot of ponies. I did like 3 in each division when you were allowed. I started.
And they made the Victoria Colvin rule.
Yeah, and then you weren't allowed to show as many ponies. But I wasn't really doing ponies anymore when I was 10 years old. I moved to I did my first junior hunter when I was 8 at Capital Challenge. I got a 92 with Katie Dinan. I was showing against, I remember that. And so then I moved up to junior hunters at 10, and then I started the jumpers at 12, and I started the Grand Prix when I was 13. Yeah.
Well, what was the year I first judged you on that bay in Kentucky? Hunt Tosh won. That was a lovely horse. You would have been second in the final, the Derby finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just the jump right.
Yeah, I rubbed one. I rubbed. Yeah.
And I dropped you.
Yeah,
quite a hard rep behind, actually.
That was World Time. Was one of my first junior hunters. He is probably still my favorite. His barn name's Dove. I have a necklace for him, and he was a nice horse. Like I would still take him. I would still take him as a retired horse to be my lawnmower around my house. But I did the junior hunters, and I was 4th that year at Derby finals. Yeah. In 2010.
I think that's the first time I really watched you or saw you ride, and the hand.
Had a hard rub.
The hand. I saw I saw what I'd read and heard. I saw
Yeah.
that for the first time. So then you had unparalleled success not only with the ponies but with the junior hunters and bigger hunters. And then you started on the jumpers quite early, and then
Yep.
are progressing now more and more into the jumpers with the hunters.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I have. I'm doing more of the Grand Prix level of jumpers, and then I'm trying to start young hunters and build them up, to be, grown-up hunters. Maybe sell them, keep them if I really love them, which I do. But so I'm just going to try and do hunters and jumpers as well. So.
Well, you're a great example of what we used to, Bernie and Rodney and Katie Monahan, everybody, Beasy, we all did equally hunters and jumpers. I think you're a great example for the future of somebody that's going to do both divisions and very successfully. So I hope that does happen. I hope you do that.
We're going to try.
It's great for the horse business.
I'm going to try.
Or you won't have any problem. So I want to hear what are your other, some of your other interests?
When I started tennis around 6, in the same age as riding. So I love to play tennis as well.
Oh.
I kind of had to pick between playing tennis and riding horses because I was sort of going to start tournaments in tennis and start really showing in horses. So I picked horses, but I still play tennis sometimes as well. And then I also swam a little bit. I had some swimming lessons and gymnastic lessons. My mom made me take about every lesson that you could.
Great.
So I know a little bit of everything.
So which would you have equal to riding? Which sport do you think you could have been as good at as riding?
Tennis. Yeah, because I still do it on the off days, usually on Mondays and during the week. Like I still now kind of just play a little bit.
Good. Well, I know you well. You're a great person. You're super bright, super personable. I'm sure the social life is all around. It's very difficult at these horse shows in Wellington especially to kind of stay focused. It always was for me very difficult, so I'm sure you'll address that issue.
Yeah, don't worry, it's not too difficult for me. It's my horses and I.
So then let me hear your goals. What are your goals?
My goals is, right now maybe to start, kind of a little business or, have something to be at, and I would love to go to the Olympics and just be, at the top in the hunters as well, and just kind of succeed and hopefully go to the Olympics.
Tokyo is very close.
Yeah.
Rio is here, but Tokyo is not that far. And I predict you go to Tokyo.
Okay.
And win Derby finals.
Okay.
All
I'm on
the
it.
same year.
I'm on it.
It's a month apart.
All right.